Hello from Singapore, where it's a Saturday night and I'm having a pretty boring night because I'm at home in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic. Yes, like everywhere else, we are having to stay at home as much as possible. And in this video, I'm going to explain a little bit about what it's like living in Singapore during these times. Now, first, a bit of background. Singapore at the moment has had over 37,000 coronavirus cases, although only 24 deaths. But still, for a country of just over 5.5 million people, 37,000 cases is a lot. And what has happened here is there have been really big outbreaks of the virus in migrant workers who are living in dormitories in different parts of the island. Now, many of these workers, they come from India, Bangladesh, Nepal, China, and they all live together in these dormitories in pretty close quarters. And somebody has had the virus and it's obviously spread very quickly. So the number of cases outside of the dormitories is actually pretty low, but the number of cases inside these dormitories is huge, hence why the numbers are so big. So for example, today we maybe had 350 cases, but there were only 7 outside of the dormitories. So the country is in quite a long lockdown at the moment, and the government are calling it a circuit breaker, not a lockdown. The idea is that we're all at home, so we break the circuit of transmission. Now, quite a lot is different to how it usually is during this circuit breaker. We're only allowed to go outside if we're doing exercise, if you're a key worker and have to go to work, or if you're going to buy food or you're going to the pharmacy, for example. And if you do go outside, apart from if you're exercising, then it's time for one of these. Yep, you have to be wearing your mask all of the time. And let me tell you, in this heat, in this country, it's not a pleasant experience. Now, as well as wearing the mask, the streets are super empty. So when you go outside, you don't see many people at all. I've actually made another video all about this where I went out and recorded some of the crazy, weirdly empty street scenes that are going on at the moment. So do check that out. And when you're out and about as well, everything is covered in tape. There's tape everywhere telling you where you can and can't sit. If you go on public transport, there are stickers everywhere saying where you can and can't sit even. There's loads and loads of stickers. The whole island is covered in tape. Also, many things are closed. Restaurants, bars, gyms, spas, saunas, sporting facilities, tourist attractions, nature reserves, beaches, you name it, they have closed it. And if you do go to the supermarket or the shopping mall, you have to get your phone out and you have to scan a QR code because they're trying to track people's movements. If you have been in contact with anyone who has the virus, where everyone has been. There is also an app as well. It's called Trace Together app. Personally, I've not downloaded it, but I do think the government will be keen for more people to get involved. They also send out WhatsApps every single day with information about the virus and what the government are doing. So we usually get at least 2 a day, and they will tell you the number of cases that day, the number of cases in and out of the dormitories, how many cases are linked to previous cases, and also what the government are doing, so when they're planning to reopen things and what they're going to be doing in the near future. Now, things are getting slightly better. We are at the moment in what they're calling phase 1 of reopening. Personally, not a lot has changed for me, but I know that more children have gone back to school and more people have gone back to work. And in a couple of weeks, they're going to reassess what the situation is like, and we might go into phase 2 of reopening. And that's going to mean more things will be open and you'll be allowed to go outside for more reasons. Also, they're looking at travel. At the moment, all of the borders are closed in Singapore, and obviously they don't want that to continue. So they're going to open what they're calling green lanes with countries where they think the virus is under control. The first one is going to be China. So people will be able to travel there only for essential reasons, and people from China will be able to travel here also only for essential reasons, mainly business, for example. You will be tested before you go on the plane and when you land, and you will also have to track your movements as well whilst you're in the country and give a kind of schedule of where you'll be at all times. So there are slow signs of recovery. Fingers crossed it gets better, although at the moment it's very slow. Now, thanks to everyone who did watch my last video. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, please do give a like and also subscribe for more videos. I'd also love to see in the comments you explaining what it's like in your country at the moment. Are you still in the lockdown? What was the lockdown like? What does the future look like for your country? Because I know at the moment it's very different all around the world. I'm also working on some other videos about my time here in Singapore, and as I can't travel, I'm going to be working on some remote travel vlogs. So I'm going to be looking back at some of my old trips, pulling out some old photos, some old videos, and talking a bit about those trips as well to reminisce on them and do a bit of remote travel vlogging. But that's all for now. Thanks very much for watching.